Tyson, congratulations after, it seems like a heck of a long time since last played rugby, but it has been confirmed that the Academy have been promoted this time to Men's Premier Two. You must be buzzing.
Yeah, to be honest, mate, like it's a weird feeling at the moment. Obviously, like you said, the season finished some 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, prematurely. There's been a lot going on in the background in terms of finding out whether or not we would get promoted for a start, and then just the other day to get told that we are getting promoted. But not being able to share that news with the boys, or the boys being around you to share that news, it's a strange one.
So for those that don't know, of course, the Academy won League North and won A.
Yeah.
It was believed that you were going to go into a playoff, but now, given obviously the lockdown, the lack of rugby, the side has been promoted into Premier Two. That was a decision made by BUCS. Do you know much more about how that decision was reached? Or
there was about a week, 2 weeks where we were very much in the dark as to what's happening, and then we had contact with BUCS, just basically outlining a few options in terms of relegation, promotion, whether or not they would actually even attain the thought of relegation, promotion, given that there was, I think it was something like 80% of the leagues hadn't finished, or something along those lines. So they were in talks as to whether or not to just cancel the year, yeah, and everyone else restarts again. So we obviously had that sort of correspondence, and we were sat down thinking, well, Christ, the boys have worked so hard to get to this point. They've kind of achieved their goal with a few haters, should we say, in the background, in terms of the fact that we banged on every door we could. We made as much noise as we could to actually get promoted into League One, yeah, and then for us to be in there losing that first game, you could see sort of the so to speak, the curtains twitching, going, "I told you they should have stayed in the league, the leagues below, and worked their way up." But then the boys to sort of turn it all around and play the first cup game, beat a team that's in the league above them, and just kick on the season and eventually win the league with one game to play, was certainly a feat that we couldn't really have written at the start, given the way we started that first game. So sat down as a coach, and you're sort of reflecting on the season and thinking about how far those boys have come, to then break the news to them that actually BUCS may not actually promote us, given sort of the current structures and things they were thinking, was almost unthinkable for me as a coach. Then BUCS came back to us, and each institution basically had to say yes, they wanted to be considered for a promotion if they were in that position to be considered. And certainly we were in that position. We had to write a little sort of justification if it came down to the point where they had to select between obviously those three leagues as to who was going up. So as coaches, we sat down and we went through sort of the permutations and maths and this, that, and the other, just to make sure we had a full understanding of what that picture would look like if it went our way or if it didn't go our way. Then we had another, I'd say, 2.5 weeks before we had anything else from BUCS, basically saying that we've gone through the leagues. Certain teams have decided that they want to stay where they are. Certain teams want to go up. Yeah. But on the basis of how you performed, we are going to consider you for promotion, and you will be promoted into Prem 2.
Tyson and I are recording this the day before the team are going to find out. So, as you say, the plan is they're going to do the awards night sort of over Zoom, which, you know, obviously prior to the COVID-19 would have been a very ridiculous
unthinkable
way to announce promotion. So, yeah, that's. Mm. But it's going to be. I guess it's going to be fun tomorrow night, being able to tell the boys and give them that good news.
It's going to be interesting. Definitely from a strategic point of view of having 40 odd boys on Zoom. Once you tell them that obviously they've attained that goal that they set out to attain at the start of the season, controlling who's talking and making sense of what's going on. But I'm excited to see how they react, and certainly it fuels their excitement towards what may be next year and what's to come.
The boys, they won the league fair and square, so I think a lot of people would say that this promotion is all that they deserve, but that still means it's going to be another step up again next year. Obviously, this promotion has come after the level transfer that we just talked about, but obviously next year it's Premier Two's the third highest, isn't it, in the whole of the UK? So you're going to
it's the third highest in terms of all the university leagues, and certainly, listen, we've made no bones about it right from the start. We want to get to that upper echelons, and we want to be competing in certainly Super BUCS, be it in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is. That's the ultimate goal, certainly of this BUCS team, and we've never shied away from that. We're certainly under no illusions the hard work it will take, and that commitment that the boys are showing. It will take that in abundance to get to that league and certainly stay in that league. But first and foremost, next year it's about Prem 2 and performing in Prem 2. And then we'll see how the season unfolds from there. And then I guess the goal keeps going. Either we consolidate in that league, or we push on and we go to Prem 1, and then we're into that big arena whereby we'll be playing in Super BUCS. But listen, we're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves. It's concentration time now is on Prem 2 and doing a job in there. We've had a little bit of a taste of it, playing Manchester Met in the Cup. So we understand that our game and skill and mental application to the game will have to go up another notch to be able to compete with those universities and those programs. And listen, we're putting things in place to be able to do that.